Huh?
All right, gentlemen, are you all ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is 11:12 this morning here at the Clayton County Magistrate Court. My name is Judge Marcus Thorpe, and I'm one of the associate magistrate judges presiding over here in Clayton County and presiding over this morning's calendar. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are having trouble hearing me, please let me know, as there are a few things that I need to go over with you prior to starting today's calendar. Please listen carefully, as it will help you better understand the nature and purpose of today's proceeding. Most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, I am not here today to try your case, to take a plea, or have any legal discussions with you about the specific facts of your case. The purpose of today's hearing is to inform you of what you've been charged with, to advise you of certain rights, to set bond on those offenses that I am available to do so, to schedule a preliminary hearing, and then to determine whether you require the assistance of an attorney and qualify for it. Ladies and gentlemen, each of you has the right to remain silent. So again, please do not attempt to tell me specifics about your case or any legal defense that you believe you have. As I said, this is being recorded, and not only is it being recorded, but you have myself, other people who are on this recording, as well as those around you who you make witnesses to this proceeding and to your later case if you say something inappropriate. Now, in addition to the right to remain silent, each of you has the right to the presumption of innocence, to an indictment by a grand jury for felonies or by accusation for misdemeanors. You have the right to a speedy and public trial by jury. You have the right to compel the attendance of witnesses to testify on your behalf. You have the right to see, hear, and question witnesses who are called to testify against you. You have the right to testify on your own behalf or offer evidence in your own defense. You have the right to have an attorney represent you. And if you cannot afford one, one can be appointed to represent you if you qualify. And then lastly, if you are not a citizen, some charges may adversely affect your immigration status. And so you will need to consult with an attorney if such is the case for you. Now, as I say, in addition to advising you what you've been charged with, for some of you, I will advise you what your bond is. A bond is an amount that you would pay to either the sheriff's office or to a bonding company that would allow you to remain out of custody until your case is closed. So if you pay the bond, ladies and gentlemen, that doesn't mean your case is closed, but it allows you to be out on the street until your case is resolved. Now, there are three ways, ladies and gentlemen, that you may be able to post bond. You may post bond by cash, commercial company, or by property. So the example I like to use is that if I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that you are charged with aggravated assault and you'd like to pay that bond in cash, you would be required to pay the bond, which I will tell you in my example is $6,000. You would pay that to the sheriff. The sheriff would hold on to that money plus any fees that they charge until your case is closed, and then the money is returned to you. If you do not have the full amount in bond and you want to use a bonding company usually charges between 12 to 15% of that bond, but the difference is you don't get the money back. So if I tell you again, you are charged with aggravated assault and your bond is $6,000, you'd be required to pay anywhere from about $750 or so bucks to the bonding company, but again, you don't get that money returned to you. The final way to make bond will be the use of a property bond. And that is where either you or someone you know owns a piece of property and has a deed to that property and can bring that deed to the sheriff's office, and the sheriff will hold on to that deed until your case is closed. The caveat, however, is that you must have at least 3 times in equity the amount of your bond in equity in your property. So if your bond is $6,000, you need at least $18,000 in equity in the deed for the property you want to use. Now, in addition to telling you what you've been charged with, in addition to telling you what your bond may be, there are also some of you all who have special conditions. And those conditions can include things such as me telling you not to return to a particular place where the alleged incident happened, or me telling you not to have contact with a particular person. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if I tell you to stay away from a particular person or not to have contact with that person, don't have contact with them. That means don't email them, don't call them, don't text them, don't DM them, not even something as nice as write them a song, okay? Because if you do, ladies and gentlemen, that is not only a violation of my bond order, but is a violation of Georgia law and could cause you to be subject to additional felony charges and up to 20 years in prison and a $20,000 fine. If I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, not to return to a particular place, just don't go. Even if that is a place that you were living before this alleged incident, you cannot return there unless you bond out and you go with the sheriff's office within 10 days of your release, and only to get items that belong to you to bring with you. Okay, so again, if I tell you not to return, do not return, ladies and gentlemen. Now, for some of you all, ladies and gentlemen, there are people here who I will not be able to set bond for this morning. And that will either be because of the charges against you or because you are on active probation. If that is the case for you, I will tell you your court dates, your preliminary hearing dates, in addition to your bond hearing dates, where your bond can be reconsidered. Now, that brings me to the last thing before we get started, and that is a preliminary hearing. A preliminary hearing is not your trial. It's not where they determine guilt or innocence, but it is a hearing where you are present, the judge is present, and your attorney to determine if there are enough facts and if there is enough evidence against you for your case to move to the prosecutor. If they determine that it is not, your case can be dismissed at that level. Now, that doesn't mean it may never come back, but it would just be dismissed at that point. If you are charged with a felony here this morning, ladies and gentlemen, and I tell you that you will automatically get a preliminary hearing so long as you don't make your bond. If you are charged with a misdemeanor, I will tell you you are charged with a misdemeanor and you have a right to a preliminary hearing if you so choose. You don't have to have one, but you may choose to do so. Now, if you choose to have a preliminary hearing, I will give you that date so that you know when you will appear via Zoom. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if I could have everyone please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you will give here this morning, as well as what you have provided on the court-appointed paperwork, is it true? So help you God. I need you to repeat after me. I do. All right. Deputies, if I could have the Spanish-speaking individual, I believe, is it Ms. Cruz?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Jartu, if you would please raise your right hand.
Yes, sir.
Do you swear or affirm that the information that you will translate from English to Spanish and Spanish to English will be the truth, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, if you want to introduce yourself to Ms. Cruz, please.
Hola, señora Cruz. Buenos días. Hoy le voy a servir de intérprete con el juez.
Gracias. Good morning, Ms. Cruz. My name is Judge Thorpe.
Buenos días, señora Cruz. Yo soy el juez Thorpe.
And I am here to advise you of what you have been charged with by the police.
Y estoy aquí para informarle de cuáles cargos se le imputaron de parte de la policía.
I am also here to advise you of your bond, which is a money that you may pay to be out until your case is resolved.
Estoy aquí también para informarle de la cantidad de la fianza, la cual es una cantidad de dinero que usted pagará para estar en libertad hasta que su caso se resuelve.
Now,
Okay.
Ms. Cruz, please remember that this is being recorded, so please do not talk to me about the facts of your case, as that could be recorded and used against you.
Ahora, señora Cruz, acuérdese por favor que esta audiencia se está grabando, así que por favor no hable conmigo acerca de los hechos del caso, porque lo que dice se puede tomar en su contra.
Okay. Now, first, Ms. Cruz, you have the right to remain silent.
Ahora bien, señora Cruz, usted tiene derecho a permanecer callado.
You have the right to a presumption of innocence.
Tiene derecho a ser presunta inocente.
You have a right to an indictment by a grand jury for a felony or by accusation for misdemeanors.
Tiene derecho al encauzamiento de parte del gran jurado si se trata de delitos graves o que proceden en su contra a través de una acusación cuando se trata de delitos menores.
You have a right to a speedy and public trial by jury.
Tiene derecho a un juicio público y sin demora ante un jurado.
You have a right to compel the attendance of witnesses to testify on your behalf.
Tiene derecho a exigir la presencia de testigos para que declaren a nombre suyo.
You have the right to see, hear, and question witnesses who are called to testify against you.
Tiene derecho a ver, escuchar, contrainterrogar los testigos que se presenten en su contra.
You have the right to testify on your own behalf or offer evidence in your own defense.
Tiene usted el derecho a declarar a nombre suyo y a presentar pruebas en su defensa.
You have a right to an attorney to represent you, and if you cannot afford one, I will consider appointing one for you.
Tiene derecho a ser representada por un abogado, y si no tuviera los medios para contratar uno, se le puede asignar uno de oficio si usted cumple los criterios.
Now, if you would like to make bond, Ms. Cruz, there are 3 ways to do so.
Bueno, señora Cruz, si a usted le gustaría pagar la fianza para salir, hay 3 maneras de hacerlo.
You may pay the entire bond to the sheriff along with fees, where they will hold the money until your case is closed.
Puede pagar la totalidad de la fianza a la oficina de la comisaría junto con las tarifas, donde ellos guardan el dinero hasta que el caso se cierra.
If you do not have the full amount for the bond, you can pay a bonding company 12 to 15% of the bond, but you don't get that money back.
Si usted no contara con la cantidad total de la fianza, podría pagar una agencia de fianzas entre el 12 y 15% de la fianza total, pero no recibe usted ese dinero de vuelta.
Or you may use a property bond, which means either you or someone you know holds a deed to a piece of property and are willing to give it to the sheriff as collateral to hold it until your case is closed.
O podría hacer uso de una fianza de propiedad, donde usted o alguien que usted conoce que tiene la escritura de una propiedad y esté dispuesto a entregar esa escritura a la oficina de comisaría como la garantía hasta que el caso se cierra.
Now, Ms. Cruz, you do have a special condition that I am going to advise you of here today. Please remember to abide by my request, as it could subject you to additional felony charges and fines.
Ahora, señora Cruz, usted tiene una condición especial de la cual le voy a informar hoy día. Acuérdese, por favor, de acatarse a mi petición de la condición especial porque le puede someter a cargos adicionales graves y multas.
Okay. Now, Ms. Cruz, you are charged with 1 count of misdemeanor theft by taking.
Muy bien, señora Cruz. A usted se le ha imputado un solo cargo de hurto de bienes ajenos como delito menor.
Okay. Your bond amount is $2,000.
La cantidad de su fianza es de $2,000.
You do have a special condition, and that is to stay away from Shayna Moltke.
Usted sí tiene una condición especial de mantenerse alejada de Shayna Mosley.
I am going to give you an attorney free of charge to help you on your case.
Sí le voy a dar un abogado libre de costo para usted, para ayudarle en su caso.
Okay. Now, lastly, because you are charged with a misdemeanor, Ms. Cruz, you have the right to a preliminary hearing that I'm going to explain to you, or you can waive that hearing.
Por último, señora Cruz, como usted se encuentra acusada de un delito menor, usted tiene derecho a una audiencia preliminar, la cual le voy a explicar ahora. O usted tiene la opción de renunciar a esta audiencia. One moment, Your Honor.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, Ms. Cruz, a preliminary hearing is not your trial, but it is a hearing where you are present, the judge is present, and the police officer who arrested you.
Ahora, señora Cruz, una audiencia preliminar no es el juicio en su caso, pero es una audiencia donde usted está presente, el juez está presente y el agente que lo arrestó estará presente.
Okay. At that hearing, the judge will review the evidence to determine if there is enough evidence for your case to be sent to the prosecutor and you to be charged officially.
En esa audiencia, el juez repasará las pruebas para determinar si existe suficientes pruebas para que el caso se envíe al fiscal y para que formulen cargos en su contra oficialmente.
If the judge finds that if the judge finds that there is not enough evidence at that hearing, your case can be dismissed.
Si el juez determine que no existen suficientes pruebas en esa audiencia, su caso puede quedar sobreseído.
Or, Ms. Cruz, you can choose to waive that hearing and move your case a little faster to the prosecutor.
O, señora Cruz, usted pudiera elegir renunciar a esa audiencia para que su caso pase más rápido al fiscal.
Okay. Or if you bond out, Ms. Cruz, the hearing goes away altogether.
O si usted, señora Cruz, sale en libertad bajo fianza, la audiencia se desaparece del todo.
So, Ms. Cruz, how would you like to proceed? Would you like for me to schedule a preliminary hearing for you or to not do it?
Entonces, señora Cruz, ¿cómo quisiera proceder? ¿Quisiera que yo programe su audiencia preliminar o preferiría no tener la audiencia?
Que es que me confundí, ¿cómo es para la preliminar?
I think that I got confused. How is it now? The preliminary?
A preliminary hearing is a hearing where the judge will look at the evidence against you to determine if there is enough, and if there is not, he will dismiss the case against you.
La audiencia preliminar es una audiencia donde el juez examinará las pruebas en su contra para determinar si hay suficientes pruebas. Y si no las hay, entonces desestimará el caso en su contra.
Está bien, así.
Okay, yes.
So, yes, would you like me to schedule that hearing for you in case you don't make bond?
Entonces, cuando dice sí, quiere decir que quiere que yo programe la audiencia en caso de que usted no salga bajo fianza.
Pero si pago la fianza ahora, si la
But,
pago.
but if I do pay the bond today,
then the hearing will not happen.
entonces la audiencia no tendrá lugar. Oh.
So why don't we do this, Ms. Cruz? I will set the hearing for you, and if you don't pay the bond, you'll have the hearing on the 23rd of September. And if you do pay the bond today, please just give them your best address so that they can make sure that you'll get your new court date in the mail.
Entonces, hagamos una cosa, señora Cruz. Yo voy a fijar la fecha de la audiencia para usted. Y si usted no paga la fianza, tendrá la audiencia el 23 de septiembre. Y si usted paga la fianza hoy día, solamente asegúrese de dejar una dirección válida para que usted pueda recibir la notificación de su próxima audiencia por correo. Okay.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, Ms. Cruz.
Gracias, señora Cruz.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Jartu.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great rest of your weekend.
All right. You too. All right. Are you Ms. Banks?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Banks, you were charged with misdemeanor criminal trespass, ma'am. Your bond amount is $2,500. You do, ma'am, have a stay away condition, and that is to stay away from the alleged victim here, a Miss Shahagani Banks, I believe is how you say it. And so again, ma'am, you are to have no contact with her. In addition to that, because this is a misdemeanor, ma'am, you have the right to a preliminary hearing, or you can waive that right to the hearing. Would you like to have the hearing or waive it?
Oh, no, I want to bond out.
Okay, so remember, that's fine. You can bond out, but either way, I can still set the hearing, but the hearing will go away if you don't make bond. So do you want me to set it or you don't want me to set it?
I'm gonna bond out today.
Okay. Okay, well, I'll just go ahead and show that you are requesting that I waive your right to the hearing. Now, when we are done here, ma'am, the deputy to my left, your right, is going to have a piece of paper for you to sign, and that's just saying that you are waiving your right to that hearing. And once you sign that piece of paper, Ms. Banks, you'll be good to go once you pay the bond later today, okay?
Okay, I have a question. So that's my auntie. Okay, so she's still here. So that means she can't come
Here,
back.
as in she's in custody as well?
Yeah, but I was gonna bond her out, but if I can't be.
No, ma'am, because you're alleged victim, you cannot do that. Excuse me, because she's the alleged victim in the case, you cannot bond her out. So bond yourself out, and then you all are not to have any contact.
And that's just until the case is
The
closed.
case is closed, correct.
All right, so what about her coming back to my house?
She is not allowed to come back to the house, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, perfect. Oh,
All right. All right, thank you.
all right, have a good one.
All right,
I'm sorry.
All right. Next up, I believe, should be Deal. Are you Miss Deal? All right, so Miss Deal, you were charged with 1 count of criminal trespass as a misdemeanor, 1 count of simple assault. The bond on the trespass is $5,000, on the assault $5,000, for a total of $10,000. You do have special conditions, ma'am, and they are to stay away from Adivia Watkins and the address of 260 Main Street. Do you understand that, ma'am?
Yes, I do.
Now, based on the information you provided, ma'am, I have gone ahead and appointed you a court-appointed lawyer free of charge. So you will get a lawyer that will be able to assist you on your case. Lastly, I just need to ask you, as to your preliminary hearing, would you like to have the hearing or waive the hearing? So let me do this. Let me go ahead and set the hearing date for you. It'll be September 23rd at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Again, it'll be September 23rd at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. And then if you bond out in between that time and now, Ms. Deal, then the preliminary hearing date will automatically go away, okay? All right, ma'am. Good luck to you. All right. No, see, I said it for a deputy.
Okay. Flowers, Your Honor.
All right, give me one moment, ma'am.
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
the last person, what was her bond price? So to let her know.
10,000 total.
All right, 10.
And are you Miss Flowers?
Yes, sir.
All right, so Ms. Flowers, you were charged with 1 count of misdemeanor harassing phone calls, 1 count of misdemeanor terroristic threats. The harassing phone calls carries a bond amount of $2,500. The terroristic threats, $5,000, for a total of $7,500. You do have special conditions, ma'am, and they are to stay away from Kadiria Scandred and Daranya Luckett. Do you understand that, ma'am?
Yes, and I don't even be around them anyway.
Ma'am, okay, that's fine. Now, as to the because you're charged with a misdemeanor, ma'am, you have a right to a preliminary hearing, or you can waive your right to that hearing. Would you like to have the hearing, ma'am, or waive it?
I don't know. I just know I got all my evidence and everything. I'm taking.
Okay, so Miss Flowers, remember what I told you. I can't discuss that here.
I'm sorry.
But as to the hearing, do you want to have the hearing or waive it, ma'am? So let me do this then, Ms. Flowers. I'll go ahead and set the preliminary hearing date for you. And then if you bond out before that hearing date, the hearing date will automatically go away. Because what this does is it at least protects you in case, as you said, you have evidence that you want a judge to consider that will show otherwise. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you have any questions of me, ma'am?
No, because I know I'm going to, I don't want to talk too much and not to talk too much.
Okay. All right, ma'am. Well, then that's all I have for you, ma'am. Good luck to you.
Oh, so that I could bond out today though?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
Thank you.
Manley.
All right. Are you Miss Manley?
Sir.
All right, so Miss Manley, you are charged here with 1 count of misdemeanor simple battery, ma'am. That is a misdemeanor. Because it's a misdemeanor, you have a right to a preliminary hearing, ma'am, or you can waive that right to the hearing. Would you like to have your preliminary hearing or waive your hearing? Oh, excuse me, my apologies, Miss Manley. You were charged with 1 count of simple battery. I reviewed your warrant here this morning, Miss Manley. I apologize. I'm going so fast here, but there were some issues with the way that the officer drafted it, ma'am. And I've actually dismissed your case this morning. Now, let me be clear. You're going to be released today, Miss Manley. That means you're going to go home. But that does not mean that your case necessarily is going to go away. The officer may correct this at a later date. The prosecutors may decide to bring the charge back if they want to. But as of today, ma'am, you are free to go.
Is there anything I need to do?
Nope, ma'am, the jail will release you shortly.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, next up should be Mayers, M-A-Y-E-R-S.
Good morning, man.
All right, are you Miss Mayers?
Yes.
Miss Mayers, you are charged with 1 count of misdemeanor simple battery. Now, because that is a misdemeanor, ma'am, you have a right to a preliminary hearing, or you can waive your right to the hearing. Would you like to have that hearing or waive it?
Have it.
All right, ma'am. So if you don't make your bond, your next court date is going to be the 23rd of September at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Again, that's the 23rd of September at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Now, again, your simple battery, your bond amount is $2,500. You do have special conditions, and they are to stay away from Kenyatta Machado and the address of 850 Mount Zion Road. Do you understand that, ma'am?
I do understand that, officer. I mean, Your Honor, but the officer asked them, that's my home, that's my lease. And the officer, before they left the property, they got all their belongings.
Okay, ma'am, remember, you can't talk to me about those things. This is being recorded. As of right now, however, that is my
They
decision.
relinquished their rights to the place.
That doesn't matter, ma'am. I don't have evidence of that. So as of right now, I mean, that's not the law. So as of right now, they have the right to stay at that property pending that being changed. So please speak to your attorney. He can work on that for you, but right now you cannot return to that property.
Okay.
Thank you. Next up should be Miss Norwood.
Norwood, she's coming.
You can take the other two females and put them on the bench. It should be.
All right, are you Miss Norwood?
Yeah.
Miss Norwood, you are charged with 1 count of misdemeanor trespass, 1 count of misdemeanor battery, 1 count of simple assault as a misdemeanor. The bond to the trespass is $2,500, to the assault $2,500, to the battery $3,500 for a total bond of $8,500. Are you working right now, Miss Norwood?
No.
All right, so I am going to go ahead and appoint you a court-appointed lawyer free of charge. Now, you do have special conditions, ma'am, and they are to stay away from Sharifa Jahini and the address of 5150 Norman Berry Boulevard. Do you understand that?
That is correct.
Now, lastly, because you were charged with misdemeanors, ma'am, you have a right to a preliminary hearing, or you can waive that right to the hearing. Would you like to have the hearing or waive the hearing, Ms. Norwood?
I would like a preliminary hearing.
All right, ma'am. So if you don't make your bond, your next court date will be September 23rd, and that will be at 8:30 a.m., and that will be via Zoom. Again, that will be September 23rd, and that will be at 8:30 a.m., and that will be via Zoom, okay?
How much is my bond again?
$8,500 total.
So is that 10% of that, or is the whole 8,500?
No, ma'am. If you want to pay the whole, you can, but if you want to use a bonding company, you'd be looking at about $1,000.
That's cool.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Take it to N1. Take it to N1.
Next up should be Smith.
Put the guys in order.
Yeah, you already are.
And I'm sorry, ma'am. What's your last name?
Smith,
What's your first name?
Chapon.
Did you fill out court-appointed paperwork here this morning, Ms. Smith?
Yes, sir.
Okay. May have just gotten mixed. Yep, I got you here.
It's two Smiths.
Yeah, I see that. I think I got them mixed in. All right, so Ms. Smith. Okay. I have here, ma'am, that you were charged with 1 count of misdemeanor battery. Your bond amount, ma'am, is $3,500. You do have special conditions, and they are to stay away from Sunday Wilson and the address of 4605 South Lake Cove Court. Do you understand that, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Now, because you are charged with a misdemeanor, ma'am, you have a right to a preliminary hearing, or you can waive your right to the hearing. Would you like to have the hearing or waive the hearing?
I exercise my right to keep the hearing.
Okay. Now, because of that, if you don't make your bond, ma'am, your next court date is going to be September 23rd, and that's going to be at 8:30 a.m., and that will be via Zoom. Again, that'll be September 23rd at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions of me, ma'am?
No, sir.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am. Now, you Miss Terica Smith?
Yes.
All right, Miss Smith, you are charged with one count of misdemeanor criminal trespass. Your bond amount is $2,500. I am going to go ahead and appoint you a court-appointed lawyer. Miss Smith, you do have special conditions, and they are to stay away from Yashika Williams and the address of 228 Morrow Road. Do you understand that, ma'am?
Yes.
Now, because you are charged with a misdemeanor, Ms. Smith, you have a right to the preliminary hearing that I described earlier, or you can waive that right to the hearing. Would you like to have the hearing or waive it?
Like to have it.
All right, ma'am. So your next court date, if you don't make your bond, will be the 23rd of September, and that'll be at 8:30 a.m., and that'll be via Zoom. Again, that'll be the 23rd of September, and that'll be at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Do you have any questions for me, ma'am?
Yes, any other time I came for these same charges, I got an OR.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. That's not happening today. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Mhm. And are you Miss Williams?
Yeah.
Miss Williams, you are charged with one count or two counts, one count of misdemeanor, simple battery, family violence, and one count of criminal trespass. The bond amount for the simple battery is $5,000, for the trespass, $5,000, for a total of $10,000 in bond. You have special conditions, ma'am, and they are to stay away from Jay Watts and Christopher Watts and the address of 187 Ridge Trail. Do you understand that, ma'am? Is that a yes?
Yes, sir.
Now, I've reviewed the information that you provided here, ma'am, so I'm going to go ahead and appoint you a court-appointed lawyer free of charge for you. So the last question I have for you, would you like me to set that preliminary hearing date for you, or would you like to waive that preliminary hearing?
What does happen? What happens when I waive it? It come quicker?
Yes, ma'am. It'll move the case along quicker.
Yeah, waive it. I'll waive it, yeah.
All right. So then once we are done here in about 10 seconds, ma'am, the deputies will have a piece of paper for you to sign to my left, your right. And then once you sign that paper, you'll be done for the day. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
First man to the screen, everybody else come sit down on the beach.
Would be Mr. Carswell. Are you Mr. Carswell?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Carswell, you are charged with one count of aggravated assault and one count of possession of a firearm by during the commission of a crime, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, the bond for the aggravated assault, sir, based on the allegations, you have been placed on a no bond. The possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime, because of the allegations, sir, you again have been placed on a no bond. So you're sitting at a no bond status for both charges. Do you understand that?
You said because of the allegations?
Yes, sir. Because of the allegations you're facing here, you're on a no bond for both charges. So you're going to have two court dates coming up. The first is going to be your preliminary hearing in about a month. For that hearing, that's what, where the judge will consider the charges against you. That court date is going to be the 24th of September, and that's going to be at 8:30 a.m. and that will be via Zoom. Again, that's the 24th of September at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Then you're going to have your bond hearing date. That is where they can consider giving you a bond at that date. That date will be the 26th of September, and that'll be at 8:30 a.m. Again, that'll be the 26th. So you got two court dates, the 24th for your prelim and the 26th for your bond hearing, okay? All right, good luck to you, sir.
Doing sign 6.
Is it all female now?
Yep.
And are you Mr. Crumpton?
John.
All right, so Mr. Crumpton, you are charged with one count of terroristic threats as a felony, sir. Your bond amount is $5,000. You do have a special condition, and that's to stay away from Michael Crumpton. Do you understand that, sir?
I am Michael Crumpton, sir.
Oh, excuse me, I apologize. I didn't mean to say Michael Crumpton. Thank you for correcting me, sir. I meant to say Stacy Thomas. Do you understand that, sir?
So I do.
The special condition is to stay away from Stacy Thomas. Did you hear me?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay. So you're to stay away from her. Now, because you are charged with a felony, sir, if you don't make that bond that I've given you of $5,000, your next court date will be September 24th at 8:30 a.m. and that'll be via Zoom. Again, that'll be the 24th at 8:30 a.m. and that will be via Zoom. Now, based on the information you provided to me, sir, I am going to go ahead and appoint you a court-appointed lawyer. So you will get a lawyer free of charge to assist you on your case. Do you understand that? Do you have any questions of me, sir?
No.
Good luck to you, sir.
Appreciate it.
Mhm. Are you Mr. Favors?
Yes, sir.
All right, so Mr. Favors, are you currently working right now, sir?
No, sir, I'm on fixed income.
All right, sir. So I am going to go ahead and appoint you a court-appointed lawyer for your charges here, free of charge. Now, let me go ahead. I want to advise you of what you've been charged with. You've been charged with 1 count of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, 1 count of no insurance, 1 count of driving without a tag, and 1 count of driving with an open container. The no tag and open container carry a bond amount each of $500. The no insurance carries a bond amount of $1,000. The possession of a firearm by a felon carries a bond amount of $12,500. And so your total bond, sir, is $14,500. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, because you are charged with a felony, sir, your next court date, if you don't make that bond, is going to be September 24th at 8:30 a.m., and that will be via Zoom. All right?
You're okay.
Good luck to you, sir.
All right.
Are you Mr. Hamilton?
Yes, sir.
All right, so Mr. Hamilton, you were charged with 1 count of felony theft by receipt of stolen property, sir. Are you currently working?
No, sir.
All right, sir. So I am going to go ahead and appoint you a court-appointed lawyer free of charge to assist you on your case. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Now, the bond amount for that 1 count of theft, sir, is $5,000. As I said, I have appointed you a court-appointed lawyer free of charge. Your court date, if you don't make that bond, sir, your next court date will be the 24th at 8:30 a.m., and that will be via Zoom. Again, that'll be September 24th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Any questions for me, sir?
I gotta pay 15 or 10% on that 5,000.
12 to 15. So on 5,000, you'd be looking at about $750.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Are you Mr. Ivy?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Ivy, you are charged with 1 count of driving with suspended license, 1 count of driving with vision obstructed, no tag, failure to change your address, and violation of a seatbelt law. Each of those charges carries a bond of $1,500, except the suspended license, which carries a bond of $1,500. And so your total bond, sir, for all 5 charges is $3,500. Do you understand that?
Sir.
Now, because you are charged with misdemeanor, sir, you have the right to the preliminary hearing that I spoke of earlier, or you can waive your right to that hearing. Would you like to have the hearing or waive that hearing, sir?
What is the preliminary hearing?
It would be September 23rd if you don't, September 23rd if you don't make your bond.
That would be the preliminary hearing?
Yes, sir.
And if I waive it,
Then it'll just speed your case up along and get to the prosecutor much quicker. All right, so I'm showing you've requested to waive your preliminary hearing this morning. And
yes, sir.
as such, the deputies will have a piece of paper to my left, your right, for you to sign. And once you sign that paper, sir, you're done here this morning.
Question. They said I may be eligible for signature bond.
You were not, sir, not today.
I'm sorry,
You were not today.
not today.
No, sir.
Okay, without about 15% of the, what was the bond?
If a bonding company will take it, you'd be looking at about $350, $400.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you. Next up should be Mr. Jenkins, Jeremy Jenkins. Are you Mr. Jenkins?
Yes, sir.
All right, so Mr. Jenkins, you were charged here with 1 count of simple battery as a misdemeanor and 1 count of cruelty to children in the 2nd degree as a felony. Now, the bond amount for the misdemeanor carries a bond amount of $5,000. For the cruelty to children, sir, you have been placed on a no bond status here this morning. That means that you're going to get 2 court dates here. Your first court date is going to be your preliminary hearing. and that's going to be September 23rd at 8:30 a.m., and that will be via Zoom. Again, that'll be September 23rd at 8:30 a.m., and that will be via Zoom. Your second court date is going to be your bond hearing date, and that's going to be September 26th at 8:30 a.m., and that will also be via Zoom. Now, you do have special conditions, sir. If you get a bond and make that bond at any point, you have to stay away from Shelley Douglas and her juvenile child and the address of 2070 Lake Harbin Road. Part of the reason for the no bond, sir, is I find that you appear to be still on probation out of DeKalb County. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so, question.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do I get a bond on the Cruz?
You will be considered at that next court date next month on the 26th. They'll reconsider it then.
Okay, and how can I've been in a car accident. That's why I've been missing court, and I just got out the hospital.
So that's not relevant here. You don't want to go into details. Talk to your attorney about that.
Yeah, but I have surgeries. That's what I was trying to say. Schedule. How does that work?
That's nothing I can do. Nothing I as the judge can do here with this morning, sir.
All right.
Are you Mr. Gerald Johnson?
Sure.
All right, sir. So you were charged with 1 count of failure to register, sir. That is a felony. I have gone ahead and appointed you a court-appointed lawyer. Your preliminary hearing date, sir, will be September 24th at 8:30 a.m., and that will be via Zoom. After your bond, sir, you are on a no bond status. So your next court date will be the 24th, and then your bond hearing date will be the 26th, also of September. Do you understand that?
Sure.
Do you have any questions, sir?
No, sir.
All right, sir. Good luck to you.
Mm-hmm. Johnson.
Next up should be Johnson and then Kirsy. Are you Mr. Johnson?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Johnson, you were charged with 1 count of possession of a violation of Georgia Controlled Substances Act, so possession of drugs, 1 count of possession with the intent to distribute, a 2nd count of possession of drugs, and improper parking. I have dismissed the first 2 counts, sir. So the only one you have remaining is 1 final possession of felony drugs and an improper parking charge. The improper parking carries a bond amount of $500, the drugs $10,000 for a total bond of $10,500. Do you understand that? $10,500. Now, based on the information you provided, sir, I am not going to be able to appoint you a court-appointed lawyer here this morning. So if you would like a lawyer to assist you on your case, sir, you will need to hire your own. Do you understand that?
Sir.
Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Other than that, sir, again, your next court date is going to be the 24th of September if you don't make that $10,500 bond. Do you have any questions for me?
The 24th of what?
September.
September, okay.
All right. Good luck to you, sir. And after Kirsy, I've got Mosley. Are you Mr. Kirsy?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Kirsy, you were charged with 1 count of theft by taking and 1 count of aggravated stalking, sir. The theft by taking is a misdemeanor. Aggravated stalking is a felony. Now, the theft by taking carries a bond amount of $5,000. And the aggravated stalking, sir, you are now being placed on a no bond status. So you're going to get 2 court dates. Your next court date is going to be the 24th of September. That will be your preliminary hearing. And then after that, you'll have a bond hearing on the 26th of September. So again, no bond on the stalking, $5,000 on the theft. I have given you a court-appointed lawyer. Your next court dates will be the 24th and 26th for your preliminary hearing and bond next month. You also have a special condition, sir. So if you are given a bond at some point and you make that bond, you do have to stay away from the alleged victim here, a Miss Fofana Pearl. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. Is it possible I can waive my preliminary hearing?
No, sir. Because it's a felony, you don't have that option.
All right.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right. And are you Mr. What's your last name, sir?
Mosley.
Okay. So So, Mr. Mosley, I asked them to send over the warrants for you. I did not get those warrants as of yet, and so right now, it looks like we may have to continue you till tomorrow, okay?
All
All right, so if you want to step back, and then if I get those warrants before we conclude, I will call you back up.
Go to the back, go to the back line. Just sit back down on the end of them.
All right, are you Mr. Redding?
Yes, sir.
All right, so Mr. Redding. Okay, give me 1 second here.
Come on.
You already saw.
No, she told me about Terica.
Okay, so Mr. Redding, you are charged here with 6
Signature.
counts of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, trafficking in methamphetamine, possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime, and then possession of drugs with the intent to distribute. Now, I have decided, sir, based on the information I have, to place you on a no bond status for all of those charges. I am going to give you a court-appointed lawyer, sir, free of charge to assist you on your case. As to your court dates coming up, your first court date will be the 24th at 8:30 a.m., and that'll be via Zoom for your preliminary hearing. Your second court date will be the 26th of September, and that'll be for your bond hearing, so they can reconsider your bond at that time. Good luck to you, sir.
I'm on the no bonds. I mean, like no bond status, like for probation or anything.
You're on no bond because of the allegations, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. And are you Mr. Shingles?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Shingles, you are charged with 1 count of theft by shoplifting. Your bond is $1,500. That is a misdemeanor, sir. You do have special conditions, sir, and they are to stay away from the address of 2940 Anvil Block Road. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. Is there any way I can get a signature bond?
No, sir.
Okay.
You cannot. My question to you, Mr. Shingles, is because you were charged with a misdemeanor, you have a right to a preliminary hearing, or you can waive that right to that hearing, sir. Would you like to have your hearing or waive it?
Waive it.
All right, sir. So I am going to show that you are waiving your right to your preliminary hearing. And so the deputies will have a piece of paper, my left, your right, for you to sign as soon as we are done, sir. Good luck to you. And are you Mr. Reams?
Yes, sir.
So Mr. Reams, you are charged here with 1 count of driving under the influence and 1 count of window glazing, sir. Those are both misdemeanors, which means you have a right to the preliminary hearing, or you can waive your right to that hearing. Would you like to have the hearing, sir, or waive the hearing?
Waive it, sir.
All right, sir. So I am showing that you would like to waive your hearing. And so based on that, then, once you and I are done, the deputies will have a piece of paper for you to sign. Now, I have gone ahead and appointed you a lawyer free of charge, so you will have a lawyer to help you on your case. Now, as to your bond, sir, the DUI carries a bond of $3,500, the window glazing $500. So your total bond, sir, is $4,000. Do you understand that? Do you have any questions about anything?
No, sir, I don't.
All right, sir. That's all I have for you, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, deputy. So I did not get the information on Mr. Mosley that I requested, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and continue him for tomorrow.
Monday.
140.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, for Monday. Yes, I apologize. Yep, for Monday.
All right, Your Honor, that concludes.
All right.